Main event.
Wait. It has been explained to me that KFC's lunch sales were extremely low, hence the KFC Serves Lunch campaign.
It's a shitty solution to the problem.
They're pointing out, hey, dipshits, we serve lunch. Come start eating here. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Actually, Paul also notes some KFC franchises have lunch buffets. Have you ever had one of those?
Actually, yes. With Tim's crew, we did a show in Shelton once. Shelton, Washington once. And we set up the ring. And of course, because it's Tim, this 7 p.m. show, we needed the ring set up by 10 a.m. And then we went to the KFC, and the dozen or so wrestlers there were very happy to hear there was a buffet. And I was last in line, and I got no chicken. They cleaned them out. They cleaned out the buffet.
I was probably about 19. So this was a long time ago now that I think about it. Dear God. Was it really 19 years ago? Anyway, I was going to coach a gymnastics meet on like Bainbridge Island. And I got up in the morning, and I got on the ferry. I actually just got up, and instead of having breakfast, I thought, I'll get something to eat on the ferry. Save some time, sleep a little more. So I leave the house, I get on the ferry. And of course, there's no food on the ferry. So I'm like, well, no big deal. I will get to the island, and I'll go to the event, and I'm sure they'll have food for the coaches. So we go to the event, and no food for the coaches. If I recall correctly, they had like a few apples. So then it's like, okay, on the way home, I'm going to get something on the ferry. And of course, sure enough, like the kitchen was closed for remodeling. Or the point is, I had not eaten all day long. And I was 19. So you can imagine my ravenous appetite.
Yeah.
So I got back to the mainland, and I called my buddy Eddie. And I said, let's go to the KFC. They've got an all-you-can-eat buffet. Even when I was 19, I knew they served lunch, I might add. So we went to the Everett Kentucky Fried Chicken, which had the lunch buffet. And I may have single-handedly eaten as much chicken as all of the wrestlers that went to the KFC after that show in Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
I had a plate, and I had a pile of bones about this high on my plate.
He's holding his hand very high, everyone.
Yeti had never even seen anything like this before. I ate so much fried chicken that day. And come to think of it, I didn't eat much chicken after that in my lifetime, fried chicken at least. So I may have been a bad day at the end of the day, but goddamn did I eat some chicken. And it was at the old KFC buffet. So now you know, as they used to say. Now you know.
Remember one time, back when TNA was doing weekly pay-per-views, we'd go watch them at Craig's. And we missed a week, so we had to watch 2 one time. And in between, we went to KFC, you, me, and Craig.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the world's dumbest fast food employee.
Oh, dear God.
And whatever we ordered was not what we got on our trays, any of us.
Yes, I do recall this.
And all I know specifically is that I ordered one thing, and I did not get that, but I got about 4 other things. And I just kept eating.
Yeah. I remember the time we went to the McDonald's or whatever on the way to a show, and we all got in the car and someone's door was open. Remember that?
Go ahead.
Why do I not forget things like this? There was a door open, and one at a time, everyone checked their door, and you refused to check your door.
Yes.
Because you refused to believe that it was you. It had to be somebody else.
Well, the odds were in my favor.
And Sonny checks his door.
Ka-chunk, not me.
I check my door.
Ka-chunk, not me.
What was his name?
Nate.
Bones?
Bones, yes.
Nate checks his door, and sure as shit, it's your door.
Awkward pause. Awkward silence.
Like, to anyone else in the world, this wouldn't even be anything that anyone would remember past about 5 minutes. But because it was all of us and you, I'll never forget it literally as long as I live. Nor, by the way, if you're listening, Sonny, will I ever forget that one day that I saved that last curly fry because I was going to eat it at the very end of my meal. And you knew that I was saving it for the very end of my meal. And right before I was about to eat it, because you are so much bigger and tougher than me, and you knew you would not get in trouble, you stole it off my plate and ate it. You remember this, Vinny?
I do. There was a curly fry that could not possibly have come from a single potato.
No.
They somehow chained potatoes together and made one enormous curly fry.
I'll still never forget that I never got that curly fry. And I never can. Legit gone forever.
It is. It is gone forever.
Main event.
What else happened on the show? RJ Brewer wrestled Magno. How much to talk about this? Anything? I've completely forgotten.